Good day. Welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matsu Okpe, and here are the headlines. Delta Ijaw APC leaders brace up for Governor Oborevwori's defection. Delta government warns residents against indiscriminate tree falling in order to prevent windstorm. Nigerian Army appoints first female acting spokesperson. Tinubu, Shetima, Akpabio, Ganduje, Wonko, other top APC chieftains backs Anioma state creation. Documentary on Wizkid's global success to premiere at Tribeca Film Festival. Securities and Exchange Commission declares CBEX not a registered organization in Nigeria. Donald Trump plans to shut dozens of US embassies, including 8 in Africa. Man United sets record in dramatic comeback win against Lyon. Now the news in details. The Delta Ijaw All Progressive Congress (APC) leaders have confirmed that Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori will join their party at any moment as they pass the vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu and others. The APC leaders led by Chief Michael Johnny confirmed that at the meeting of the Delta State Ijaw APC leadership held in Okpe Local Government Area of Delta State. He also said that any Ijaw person who wants to join the party is free to do so, stating that serious defections are taking place at the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Delta South Ijaw to the Delta South Ijaw APC camp. While noting that the Delta Ijaw APC leaders are loyal to the member representing the Delta South Senatorial District, Senator Joel Onowakbo Thomas, and Johnny pledged their allegiance to President Bola Tinubu and Senator Godswill Akpabio, President of the Senate. At the end of the meeting, Johnny and other members of Delta Ijaw APC leaders passed a vote of confidence in President Bola Tinubu, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and Senator Joel Onowakbo Thomas, and endorsed them for a second term in office. Delta State government has warned residents of the state against indiscriminate falling of trees following a devastating windstorm, heavy rainfall, and hailstones that occurred on Tuesday in Okpe Local Government Area of the state. The State Commissioner for Environment, Ejiro made this known on Thursday while paying an on-the-spot assessment visit to the affected communities of Ugbokodo, Jedo, and Ugboton following the unfortunate incident. He conveyed the deep sympathy of the state governor Sheriff Oborevwori to them, recalling that the torrential rainfall accompanied by strong winds caused significant damage to property worth millions of naira in the affected communities of Ugbokodo, Jedo, and Ugboton. On the entourage of the commissioner during the visit were the lawmaker representing Okpe constituency in Delta State, House of Assembly James Agwoye, the chairman of Okpe Local Government Area Chief Isaiah Isowa, officials of the State Emergency Management Agency, the Ministry of Education, and other relevant stakeholders. It noted that among the critical infrastructures impacted were the Ugboton Health Center, Ometan Primary School, Ugboton Secondary School, Ugbokodo Health Center, Ugbokodo Secondary School, several business premises, residential buildings, and places of worship. In a historic move, the Nigerian Army has appointed Lieutenant Colonel Anele Oyenchi Apollonier as its first ever female Director of Army Public Relations (DAPR) in an acting capacity. Our appointment marks a significant milestone in the Army's evolving leadership landscape and a commitment to gender inclusion. Lieutenant Colonel Anele assumes the role following the redeployment of Major General Oyema Wanchuku, who has been posted to the Nigerian Army Heritage and Future Center. A new role takes effect from April 22nd, 2025. She is acknowledged as a seasoned military officer and communications expert. Colonel Anele, one that is meant to bring years of strategic experience to the position. It was stated that she previously served as the Public Relations Officer in the Office of the Chief of Army Staff, and until her latest appointment was deployed to Defense Headquarters Department of Civil-Military Relations. The momentum behind the creation of Anioma State has grown beyond the regional demand in a calculated national movement backed by key political heavyweights, and Senator Ned Wonko is emerging as the central architect of its advancement. Speaking at a recent gathering, Senator Wonko offered rare insight into behind the scenes negotiations that have placed Anioma state creation squarely on a national agenda. His comments shed light on the critical role played by Nigerian top political leaders in endorsing the long-standing aspiration, while also revealing the political compromises required to push it forward. Meanwhile, Wonko confirmed that his decision was not made lightly. He held multiple high-level consultations, including a private meeting with President Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima at the President's Lagos residence on January 1st. Wonko further made it clear that the creation of a Anioma state is now tied to national unity and strategic development. Now on the entertainment news. A documentary on the life of Africa's most iconic musicians, Wizkid, is set to premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival. The festival is known to take place each spring in the New York City, showcasing a diverse selection of film, episodic talks, music, games, art, and immersive programming. The documentary titled Love Leave Lagos follows the rise of Wizkid as a Nigerian music star to a global superstar whose music has opened the doors for African musicians. The documentary will be shown at the festival on June 6th, 7th, and 11th, 2025. Among those interviewed for the documentary are five-star Grammy-nominated Afrobeat icon Femi Kuti, Wizkid's manager and partner Jada Parlock, his long-term manager Sunday Are, Julia Adenuga, and Seni Saraki, among other personalities who have worked closely with the Grammy winner. The documentary, directed by Garam Gill, is described as a powerful story that captures Wizkid's global rise and how it changed how Africa is seen and heard around the world. On the sidelines of the festival, Wizkid and Karam Gill will be having a chat where the Nigerian mega star will give insights into his illustrious career. Now on the business news. The Security and Exchange Commission has declared that Crypto Bridge Exchange, also known as CBEX, is not registered to operate as a digital asset in Nigeria, warning the investing public against transacting with this platform. In a circular released by the Commission on Thursday, it stated that CBEX, operating under various allies such as ST Technologies, International Limited, and Smart Treasure/Super Technology, had been engaging in unauthorized investment, soliciting, offering impulsively high returns to unsuspecting Nigerians. It was reported that CBEX is a digital trading asset platform that gives investors a 100% return on investment in 30 days. However, its operational model now comes under scrutiny as allegations of fraud and deceptive practices emerge. The platform is set to display falsified withdrawal records to mask the difficulty users encounter when trying to access their funds. According to the capital market regulator, preliminary investigations revealed that CBEX carried out promotional activities aimed at creating a false impression of legitimacy. The platform reportedly lured investors with the promise of guaranteed high returns, failed to honor withdrawal requests, and has since shut down its physical offices amidst rising complaints. The Commission noted that pursuant to Section 9196 of the Investment and Securities Act 2025, it would collaborate with relevant law enforcement agencies to take enforcement actions against CBEX, its affiliates, and promoters. SEC also warned the public against investing in entities offering unrealistic returns or operating unregistered digital investment schemes. Now, on the foreign news, the United States government under Donald Trump is reportedly considering closing several embassies and consulates around the world, with many of them located in Africa. According to an internal State Department memo seen by CNN, the Trump administration is considering the closure of up to 10 embassies and 17 consulates around the world, many of them in Europe and Africa. Trump planned to close U.S. embassies around the world as part of a broader push to slash the U.S. federal budget, spearheaded by a new government efficiency office overseen by Elon Musk. Since returning to the White House, President Trump has spared sweeping tariff hikes with moves to shrink the American diplomatic footprint. According to documents, the embassies being considered for closure include those in Lesotho, the Republic of Congo, the Central African Republic, and South Sudan. Now on the sports news, Manchester United secured a dramatic comeback to beat 10-man Lyon 5-4 after extra time in the European League quarter-final second leg at Old Trafford on Thursday. The Red Devils progressed into the last four 7-6 on aggregate, down 4-2 and facing elimination. United scored three late goals in extra time to advance. Kobe Monio scored in the 120th minute while Harry Maguire netted the winner 1 minute later. United are now the first team in history to score two goals in the 120 minutes of a major European match. However, in the 89th minute, Tolisso turned from hero to villain as he was sent off by receiving a second yellow card. Despite playing with 10 men, Lyon 3-2 ahead on 155 minutes through Ryan Cherki and on 110 minutes former Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette scored from penalty spot to make 4-2. 4 minutes later, United were awarded a penalty match which Bruno Fernandes converted while in the 120 minutes. Maino drew United level with the game heading for penalties. Maguire then netted the winner 1 minute of added time. Now a recap on our headline. Delta Ijaw APC leaders brace up for Governor Oborevwori's defection. Delta government warns residents against the discriminatory falling in order to prevent windstorm. Nigerian Army appoints first female acting spokesperson. Tinubu, Shettima, Akpabio, Ganduji, Wonko, other top APC chieftains backs Anioma state creation. Documentary on Whiskey's global success to premiere at Tribeca Film Festival. Securities and Exchange Commission declares CBEX not a registered organization in Nigeria. Donald Trump plans to shut dozens of U.S. embassies, including 8 in Africa. Man United set record in dramatic comeback win against Lyon. That's the news as detailed by Timiola Emanuela. I am Matsu Okpe Local. Thanks for watching.